Alright, there we go. Got everything nice and settled. Hello, Moon. How's it going, man? Hello, people from Twitch, people from the Twitter/X, and people from YouTube. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Man, it's Sunday. You know what that means. Just is like, oh boy, Sunday, my favorite part of the week. Actually, no, it's not. It's because it's the start of a new week. But we're also getting rid of all the stuff that happened last week, which, as you all know, last week was like, you know, like the start of a new year, but also the stop of end of a new year too. There's a lot of stuff that happened though. As per usual, I was kind of hoping that at the time of recording and also streaming this live on Twitch and YouTube, it's the 4th day, and I don't know how to tell this to you. A lot of bad shit happened on day 1 of start of the new year. Yeah, shocker. I mean, I had a sneaking suspicion. It's like, yeah, nah, this shit ain't gonna fucking go. I mean, I did see some stuff pop up here and there. My god. And then I saw what happened too with, like, I was tuning in with Alara chat. And listening into Alara just mamble on, and chat also mamble on with, and then just mambles everywhere. Let's just say a lot of shit just went out the fucking window of just, I guess, just common sense of what you should not do. And then there is the Cinder situation still going on, which I will not cover because I'll be honest with you, I honestly think, I mean, Cinder, we are okay. Summarize it because I ain't going to talk about it all that much, but just like really quick summarization, so at least it's out there for some of you guys to know. So okay, so there's Shiley, all right, and then there's Cinder. See, like they were talking behind the scenes, all right, backstage, you know, kind of stuff. They wanted to, you know, Shy Lily wanted to, you know, at least patch everything up and you know, just let bygones be bygones. Cinder said no, and then Shy Lily got sad, and then she told chat. Like 30 minutes before the start of the new year, you know, like, so yeah, I guess you could say I was like a negative 30 minutes into the 2026. So but great, we're going negatives now. I don't know if that's a good thing. Yeah, I honestly don't know if that's a good thing. But I just wanted to put that out there for most of you guys, because we're going to go into the real parts, the little stuff that chat has put out there and has shared to me, that stuff that's usually not covered by a lot of other streamers in the news coverage, that we're going to cover right here. Still can't believe the shit happened with Shayla. I honestly have, like, the fact that happened and the drama still kind of going around with that. We'll be honest with you, my take on it, if she wanted to say, like, hey, you know, like hopefully we could still work together after this, because right now Cinder, she's not doing too hot. She's like, I remember before the drama happened, she would get like maybe like 4 or 5k people, maybe 6k on a really good day, but usually would average around 4 to 5k. And I just saw her like earlier today streaming when Alara was on, and she was talking about that, so I hovered over her thing. She's doing like which I have been seeing this for a while. She is doing a lot of collaborations with other content creators with Stream Together on Twitch, and she's yeah, she lost a lot of her view count because of that. I honestly felt like the apology and just owning up from your mistakes and just saying, you know, I was just freaked out because I thought people would do that, so I resorted it down to this. I didn't know that all this would happen, but I mean, there's always like some faults here and there, like that kind of like did that. So I mean, there's a lot of, I honestly, you know, I'm honestly into that saying right there, was it like, it takes two to tango. I usually see that, but in this case right here, it took like 4 to tango. It's Star Party or something like that. I don't know. I honestly don't know how you see that as, but that's my take on that. This is not obviously going to be on the YouTube video on the cutout. This is going to be cut out, but yeah, like I mean, I've seen some people comment on that. By the way, I've seen some of those comments right there. Me right here just like tempted really hard not to say anything on that, because I was like, oh man, you're really gonna like, I'm like right here like, I lost all my respect for Shy Lily, said one commenter, and yada 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 yada. Meanwhile, I look at their profile bio and it literally says #1 Cinder simp, and I'm like, I feel like if we scroll back on the way back machine under your profile, we're going to see the same type of shit that you posted right when this controversy happened with Cinder and Shy Lily. I honestly feel that right there. We're going to see the same thing. It's going to be a copy and paste, but they had to delete that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I know that might have been a little bit of a too low shot right there, but the fact that that's on their bio, I'm like, dude. And yeah, I'm right here. It's like, I mean, yes, we have seen her IRL. Yes, she does look amazing. But I was like, God damn. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, she's too amazing. This will only end poorly. And damn, I was right. I don't know why people always like try to defend someone doing like a major controversy, because there's also one with Bunny, you know, that you know, Bunny Ayumi or Ayu is coming back, so I'm like, oh no, as a VTuber. But I don't know, like a lot of people always try to defend female streamers and all that, and I'm right here just like, dude, you honestly feel like, you know, one, I understand being a good American and helping them out when they want to achieve a dream. You know, that's understandable. But if you're really just trying to like win them over, like, dude, they ain't gonna fall for you unless they're really in a need for money. But then that's not like, you know, a healthy relationship. And I mean, I'm not gonna coach you on relationship. I'm just saying that's an unhealthy relationship right there if that's the case. And one of you needs to be the bigger person and acknowledge that right there. So that. Anyway, I want to skip a little bit of the relationship talk advice, but going into that right there, where people are defending her like Crusade style. Yeah, yeah, she does look, you know, like she does. She is like a 10 out of 10. She's really nice, but again, as I said earlier, it will only end poorly. And yeah, that there's always a catch to a 10 out of 10, chat. Just remember that. There's always a catch. But that one right there, I would say, is a very... That one was real proof of an example right there, you know, of that. People defending her, thinking that maybe, oh, she'll definitely want to sleep with me and stuff like that is what people would go with. And it's like, dude, I have donated to like lots of streamers. I've donated to Zen when it was, well, one, I just wanted to be an asshole to, you know, to a few other streamers just to extend a subathon. By the way, Alara's having a subathon. Did you guys know that? I think you guys should probably use all your subs if you have any. For her, she loves staying up 24/7 is what I heard from a reliable source. And reliable sources, I made the fuck up. I'm just joking. I'm just no, but yeah, please do that. See, look, I do that because one, like real friends, real homies will be assholes, but they'll be playful. It's like it's like a Sour Patch Kid. You might be sour, but they be sweet, but then I go back to being sour, but then sweet again. That's usually how I am. It's like I'm a Sour Patch Kid. I'm sour, and then I'm sour, and then I'm sweet. I'm just like, bruh. But yeah, chat, like, yeah, that Cinder shit's coming back up. But I'm just gonna not put that in the video though, because one, I know how Twitter be. Fortunately, I know how Twitter be. I think we all know how Twitter be. But let's get into the main segment of the Sinday Talk. on all the shenanigans that happened this week, going from, or this past week that has happened, going on from Ubisoft doing, I don't know, like, I guess doing shit wrong because they couldn't keep their information of people who currently still play their games. Also, I don't know who plays their games still in start of 2026. That's just me. There's some stuff going on 3DS and some, you know, again, Bunny Ayumi stuff, or stuff, Nintendo stuff, and even Mythos this time around. So let us get into it, chat. Let's just get into it. There we go. Oh, look, you know what I forgot? I'm so stupid. I did not turn this on. Boop. There we go. I forgot I had that on from the art stream the other day. Alright. Okay. First off, that we have on the Sinday Talk. This is Ubisoft's breach of details. Yes, if you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, your Odyssey is damn, you know, I'm like, I'm just gonna level with you, man. You know, like, forget Odyssey. Yeah, your shit is just gone. Yeah, that's so, which I find it funny too, because you know they also have a game. Chat, did you know they had a game that's called like Watch Dogs? Chat, just like that, a game. Oh yeah, I know that game. It's all the hacking, right? So they got hacked, kind of like Watch Dogs style. That's crazy. But it was primarily focused on Ubisoft servers. Hackers gained access to the internal systems. Players randomly received billions of Rainbow Six, the Rainbow Six credit currency system. I don't know how it is with Rainbow Six with their credit system. I'm assuming that's probably a lot of money. I don't know anything about that right there, but in the comments, feel free to let me know what exactly it is. So just because I don't know if it's like a paid currency or just like something you got earned. If it's paid currency, whoo, man. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to roll everything back. Ooh. On top of that, rare and unreleased skins were unlocked on some accounts. They were just there. 13 million real value in the virtual currency was given out by the breach. God damn, that's a lot of money, man. So I guess you also got paid a lot. Probably like $50. Accounts were banned and unbanned without reason. Rumors claim up to 4 different hacker groups were involved. One of them happened to be DedSec. I just kidding. No, I'm fucking with you on that one. I'm pretty sure if you've seen Watch Dogs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, Ubisoft confirmed it was a security breach, not a bug. No shit, Sherlock. I like how Ubisoft had to clarify that. No, this is just all the summarizations of all the details that have happened. But all the stuff that you got, like, you know, items, credits, skins, so forth and so on. The servers were rolled back, which I'll be honest with you, I think we all knew that was going to happen. They were just going to roll everything back prior to the breach that occurred. But that was that was fun right there. That was on the 28th of December of 2025. Oh my gosh, Sin, you're talking about something that happened like last year? That was last week. I know someone's going to say that. But we always cover everything that's happened that last week in case some of you all missed it. So then if it does happen to pop up at some point later on down in the future, at least it's, you know, it's already covered and you kind of got a little bit of a summary of it. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's Ubisoft, guys. Like, you know, they haven't been doing too good as of, yeah, like for a while. They haven't been doing good for a while. There was like a game called Skull and Bones. I actually had to look up their last games that they've made. And I saw Skull and Bones was one of them. I completely forgot the game existed. I did not know it came out earlier than I thought it was. And I was just like, wait, it came out. I thought it came out like late 2020, or like, yeah, like really late 2025, like Halloween 2025. And it actually came out in the beginning, very like early on. Was it 2025? Well, either way, it was like something like that. It came out like, and I was like, wait, hang on, it was out? I didn't even know it was out. It really wasn't marketed. But yeah, if you happen to have a Ubisoft like account, why would you have a Ubisoft account in 2026? Well, this was in 2025, but why would you have an account still with Ubisoft? And they haven't been doing too good lately, and I mean, this is a proof right there, if you were to say that. Again, it's still ironic because they made the game called Watch Dogs, involved hacking, and sticking it to the man. I still do not know who that man is. But, yeah. Think of that as you may on the Rainbow Six Siege stuff, and Ubisoft as a whole. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is a bit of a little breaking news right now. 3DS, yes, the 3DS. You know that thing that's probably now in your closet that's just been sitting there and covering dust, or you put it nice and, you know, in a nice secure storage area. And anyway, besides that, wherever it's at, it better not be thrown in the trash, because one, you just threw away probably around $200 to $350 used. Judge is like, what? Yeah, 3DS XL models. Yeah, if you have a new 3DS XL models, you'll probably get up to $350, which is insane because it just doubled its price from just the regular 3DS, which I find it ironic because the 3DS XL was, you know, known to that, but it was mainly for like emulations and stuff like that is the main reason why it's going on, because if chat did not know, there's a new competitor. Yes, a new competitor for this types of format. Apparently this type of gaming is still in desire today. Yes, because there's a new device that got put out there that actually does something that I will not want to talk about on here, but like I'll just level with you guys. It emulates a lot of the Nintendo games. You can even emulate some Switch 1 games too. And it's not even 3DS, but people are getting this anyway just for nostalgia's sake. And they're using it for like, and I honestly feel like they're using this to recycle it for emulation stuff. That's why they're selling them. I mean, to be fair, it's crazy because you can play games like Pokemon again. Yeah, like the, you know, Pokemon. Oh my god, you can play Pokemon like Heart, Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Best remake, by the way. I love that one. That one was really good. And so many other stuff too, and it's just like you can't really do that anymore. Like you have to go and find that stuff. But if you have that new device, I believe it's called a Thor an Anon. Oh my god, I can't even say it. It's called a Thor. I'll just leave it at that. It's a Thor device. It's able to emulate all this sorts of stuff. You can play some again, as I said, Switch 1 games. You know what Switch 1 games are on there right now? Was it one was like Dragon Ball, Truth or Die? Yeah, that game. Like anything that's on the Nintendo Switch right now, you can play on that new version, and everyone's just like, holy shit. And I'll be honest with you, that design that they have that is a replica of the 3DS, it does look pretty fire. Crazy part is there is a program that actually works with the bootleg version of this of 3DS. Just like, what? Yeah, and guess what? It's funny too because it actually offers online support. What? And you know what that means? You can games that are currently that will support that, or like, you know, games that are not like heavily modded. You can actually use the trading system in there. It's just like, what? And you can do that. Yeah, you can literally trade stuff on there and with someone else. You know, obviously I'll be connected online. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll be honest with you. That was like something I was not in. I did not know. Like I was under the impression like, oh yeah, but you can also play it offline too. You know, you have to put like an SD card in and back up the stuff. So there is single. Again, it's basically like just how the Nintendo 3DS was. Like you have the online option if you have connected to internet, or you can just play it offline, you know, and still retain, you know, your data on there and so forth and so on. But I think this is just for nostalgia's sake. A lot of people are getting this right now. And for the fact that currently, as you all currently are aware of what Nintendo's doing with the Nintendo Switch 2, where they're like, you really don't own your games, you just own a copy and a code of that game. Meanwhile, the 3DS offers the game itself By the way, I still have my 3DS, so still good. I might go back and probably get that again. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, like, I might actually start playing these games again. But, oof, and I'm right here, just like, man, dude, I'm like so close right here, just wanting to get this 3DS, that new 3DS, but also use this 3DS that I have right here. I got this exact one, but I got the XL. But yeah, if you have an old 3DS, but you probably get some pretty good money for it. If you have 3DS XL, you could probably get them as close as much as a Nintendo Switch 2, which is insane. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and these are the Chinese modders have successfully upgraded the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 graphics card from their stock from a 16 gigabyte. Oh my god, I can't speak right now. GDDR7, configuring it to a 32 gigabyte, soldering additional memory chips. However, this diverts stock gaming cards and consumer, the consumers. I mean, we all know blah 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 blah, as they were saying. Just because there's shortages are getting worse for graphics cards, and I'm pretty sure someone is using it for a stupid AI on putting people in bikinis, micro bikinis, on Twitter using the Grok thing. That's per usual. I don't know why that's a thing. I'm gonna chat if you already know where I'm at in the I'm from the US. I mean, shocker, but I saw what was going on. If you guys are keeping up with world events. The first thing someone did when they put the pictures of the certain situation that's going on, they actually asked Grok, "Hey, Grok, put him in micro bikini." Yeah, I'm at this point where I'm just like, I'm not even surprised. I'm just fucking disappointed. Yeah, but yep. Graphics cards. I wish I had them. God damn. I definitely want something like this. Well, not like that. I just want a graphics card, man. That's all I want. I just want a graphics card to be happy, just like everyone else. And next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and you're probably wondering, like, holy shit, Titules and the Pits. Yes. Fortunately, this is going to Bunny Ayu, aka the one person that one surprised me with how fucked the situation that they have with context going into right now. For those that did not know of Bunny Ayu, she was a VTuber. Yeah, she had like all these like nice models made by a certain Pink Doggo. It's that Pink Doggo. I wait for their return, but she got hit with some major controversies going on, which turned into being like bullshit. I honestly, well, I don't know how to summarize this in a way because there's like a lot of lore going on in this. Well, actually, no, I can. The streamer that she was working with at the time called was it? I can never say her name. They're a horror VTuber. Leana, or oh my god, I can't even fucking, dude, I can't even say her name. But she worked with somebody who was a VTuber too that also worked on certain commission types, and Bunny commissioned from her. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, well that doesn't seem that bad. Wait, hang on, Sin, where are you going into that right there? You sound like, is this some kind of like shady deal going on? No. It was like kind of like a little plushie thing going on. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's not that bad. Wait, hang on, there wasn't anything in the plushies. No. You see, Bunny kind of did like a little bit of what I would say is a fucky wucky, if you can call it that. I don't know. I'm just like, oh shit. So when I saw it, I was like, oh god. Yeah. So the one person who was in charge of the commission that received it from Bunny and accepted it had to take out a lot of money. I don't remember the exact amount, but I know it was over 20K. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And Bunny then pulled from the deal and just left her there, just like, just there, just to fucking suffer. Yeah, that was not a good thing right there. I honestly felt like it was a miscommunication right there. Yeah, that right there was like a really big miscommunication on both parts. That's how I see that. As one, do I still support her? No, I don't support her anymore just because of that. I honestly felt that was like so fucked right there. It's like how would you feel if someone were to do that to you? You would be devastated. I mean, luckily the person that got affected by that did manage to recover. They were having like, you know, they were freaking out because they did not know if, you know, how they'll live, you know? Like obviously it was over 20K that they pulled out for this. An insane amount of money. But nonetheless, that happened. Bunny left VTubing and became a just a, you know, a flesh tuber again. I mean, she was more of a hybrid is how I see that. So she mainly just worried about IRL stuff like ASMR, which I'll be honest with you, I still was following her at the time just to see how she would react out of, you know, curiosity's sake. But I already had an ASMR channel, and this was something that she was just going into. She did it every now and then, but she also used to play video games. And now she doesn't do a video game, she only does ASMR. Maybe the occasional game here and there, but yeah, I honestly I just got bored of her. And then she started to do more of the OnlyFans. And now she's going back to VTubing. And there was a lot of like crazy comments on there. There was one in particular that just stood out, all the mess right there. And chat, just a reminder, do not harass her. She already... Both parties have already gone through this shit enough. But I honestly feel like if you don't support her, just don't show up. But this one comment really... and I'm just going to keep it nameless. Just, you know, people like there are probably big shrimps of her, as I said, like with the Cinder thing earlier on. Even though that's not going to make it into the video. But this one right here to summarize it, because I'm not going to say the whole thing word for word verbatim, but they're talking about like her OnlyFans, she's losing money because she's getting to the clock thing right there. That's the reason why. So and they said her titulars are starting to sag. So yeah, that was basically the whole fucking thing right there. Just quick summarizations, hitting the pressure points right there. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but that was like the main points where that tweet was going for on that. I'm right here just like, holy shit, man, you did not fucking say that. That's just like emotional damage right there, like by 20 times. But there has been what I would assume that there's probably going to be a big drop off if there was more research done on this. If people are really liking this and want me to do a deep dive on the Bunny Ayumi situation, then and we can see the statistics and all that sort of stuff, I'll probably put a video of that on YouTube to talk about this. Not just to slander her, I'm like just to inform people of what happened, and kind of just keep a track of when people do fucked up stuff and want to come back, and how many people that they hurt in the process. Because not only that she did that, chat, with the situation with the commission, there was stuff prior before that too, where she would do like very she would go still like IRL to like conventions and stuff like that here and there, but she would also meet with like fellow streamers that were also VTubers too, and she would do a lot of inappropriate stuff that's kind of like a little sus, but not like really like, but mainly to the females. And some of them would feel uncomfortable, but they would just brush it off. So there was that lore there too. It wasn't like anything like really like, oh yeah, she touched them kind of stuff right there. But it was just more of like, it made them feel weird. So I'm right here just like, ooh, okay. So there was that also added into that lore too. But unfortunately that lore did not, how should I say this, end, because it's still kind of going on to this day. The person who's rigging the model right now, and the artist too in question, is also having some pushback from the VTuber community. I mean, obviously not everyone knows the situation going on there, and you know, again, a commission is commission nonetheless at the end of the day. But you know, they're getting some harassment, and I am just gonna be honest with you, don't harass the person who was doing the rigging for this. or the artwork, because again, this is probably, they probably did not know what the situation was with her, because one, it's been like a while before that happened. So I mean, I don't know like when they started or anything like that, so I really can't really say for sure. All this was still, I should have known. Like, not everyone keeps up with everybody on streaming, but yeah, the bunny situation. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people still hold a lot of prejudice on that right there. I honestly think it's a little bit of 50-50 parts, as you know, it always it takes two to tango. Like for the commission incident right there that kicked it all off and ended her career as VTubing. My personal take on it is, should she have taken out that money, and put that money down to go into debt, before receiving the money at the batch? I honestly felt like you should have waited until you got the money, at least maybe like 60% of the money, maybe 70% of the money before actually going through it, because then you already got some money and you can work on some of the request that was put in, so then you already got something to work with, and then the finalization will be like what's left and how much they can agree for, which will get adjusted by how much people ordered. So there's that too. See, again, like how I said, there's like communications, there should have been like some kind of like a toll you gotta pay to go into the bridge kind of stuff if you want to continue on. Like there has to be like a 60% upfront. Like nothing will get done unless the money's put out there ahead of time. 60 to 70%, like I honestly feel like that's fair. But if it's not there, then there's really nothing you can do. Even if you were to beg and go down and take off your clothes and go and bow down and beg for it, like anything at all, I honestly feel like, because again, you're going to be out of some money if you were to continue on with that anyway. And then but then the same thing going on with Bunny should have not done that while not having the money too, and then backing out of the deal without letting her know, and just so again, it's like a bit of both parts on that right there. I think it could have been communicated a lot more better, but that's just my take on it. Again, you shouldn't harass them or anyone who's like doing the art and the rig and the art, and like the artist and the rigger for the model. Like, just don't harass them. They probably don't know anything. I can't emphasize that enough. I said like 3 or 4 times because people are obviously going after them like fucking crazy. And and here's a little bit of that lore right there, kind of going on that to right there. And this one is from at Hayes Hara D, and they said that she showed her new model art 1 year ago, hinting that she was looking to coming back to VTubing, and a bunch of people attacked her for it, for good reason. Again, obviously, as I kind of give you a little bit brush up on what happened. Seems that her model is finally rigged and will be coming back in mid-January of 2026. So like we're looking forward to that, I guess, just to see how a shit show that is. I'm not going to tune in for it. I'm just going to watch this, look at the statistics on Twitch to see how much the viewer count was compared to when she started debut as her previous VTuber model. So I'm going to look at that. To anyone asking for context, YouTube, her name and a video or two will pop up explaining everything, including all the other content creators, and VTubers are included. They got fucked over by her. Yeah. As I said, I remember how she did that. So there's a lot of lore going on to that kind of broke out from this one deal. But yeah, she will return it to Twitch as her new VTuber debut on the 7 p.m. CT, 8 p.m. ET, January 16th of 2026. A lot of people were not happy about that. Yeah, this one is here too. And by the way, like that, it was like that image right there that was getting pushed up a lot, and everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, I could." And then, as I said, that one comment right there where someone did say, and that's kind of fucked up right there, where it's like, "Oh yeah, I could see why she has to go back to her VTuber model because her titties are sagging." And I was like, "Whoa, dude, that might be taking a little bit too far right there." But like, goddamn, but shit, dude. But yeah, this one right here was one of the comments right there talking about it, and this guy, Kalio, again, don't harass them. I mean, again, like, this was from 2024, but they said, you would never guess who's trying to become a VTuber again. Bunny sexually assaulted people IRL, as I did say. Like, she didn't get their hands on them where like police would get involved, but it was still like, it was still an essay regardless. And a few years ago, that's why they went back to streaming with a face cam. And then Bunny responded to that crazy shit, by the way, saying, "Hey, I know it's been a few years since I got called out, but I would appreciate not being attacked just for making a new VTuber. I took time and made a lot of strides to improve myself. I mean, a girl, and I was a mean girl and a terrible person in the past, but I would never talk to anyone, someone." Yeah, and then like as you can see, 107 comments. Some of them were, most of those at that time did put a lot of sources onto that. And then the person right here also did comment on that right there, saying, "Your face, your account are all tied with all the shit you have exposed, that you've been exposed for doing. Why didn't you make a new account? I get that people can change, but I didn't expect people that follow VTubers to easily forget." But yeah, she is still evil, by the way, chat. You know, there's that. So if you guys are gonna say, "Oh, but she looks so nice," is again, like, I usually, and to be fair, like, again, like, usually the ones that are like, you know, oh, you're like, oh, they're a 10 out of 10. Guys, you know, there's probably someone else right there that's probably an asshole just like them, that they're probably, you know, getting like, you know, mating pressed every now and then. But I don't know with the situation going on with her, because she isn't in dating scene. That is what I remember, because I know she was dating like a lot of people, but it was like, I honestly don't know. There was like a lot of lore to that. I'm right here just like, dude, you're like, it's crazy, because I mean, it's going to like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of female streamers right now are really going down to that mindset where they're like, "Oh my god, I'm at that age, I won't have kids, and then no one's gonna want to pay attention to me anymore." I think that's why she came back to use the VTuber model, but that's just me, you know, because a lot of people be saying that lately. So I'm thinking that's what's going to go on, and I'm not saying like now personally this is going to be the case, but I'm just saying I think that's where people are going to allude to later on. But I would say just don't attack her, guys. You know, I honestly just feel like it's not really like that worth it. Because one, like, if you don't like her, just don't show up to tell people, "Yeah, this is what happened, by the way, and that's why, you know, she went to IRL streaming." Yeah. And then just leave. And then if people would want to show up over there, then they would. As you can see from when this was taken, she had like 3K, but she used to have like maybe like a lot more people than that when I was there. She would have like maybe like 6K people average, but it looks like it got cut down like 6.5 something K, like kind of like in between, but it looks like it got cut to half after the incidents and going into 2024. So take of that as you may. This is just a little bit of information going on with you know, the bunny situation. So if you guys are going to want to tune in to see how that train wreck goes, feel free. I honestly feel like, again, like a viewer, you're just going to hate watch, and then yeah, they're just going to get money from it nonetheless. So I honestly feel like, yeah, just don't hate watch, just fucking ignore her and block her, and well, maybe not block her, just put her on mute, but keep an eye on her, I guess, before she does something stupid again. I mean, that's how I see that as, you know, in case that happens. But again, guys, please don't harass anyone here. Like, you don't want to be like white knighting and stuff like that. That's just going to be too much. Which is crazy too, because I used to look, I really looked up to a few people, but this was the one where it's like, you don't want to meet your heroes, chat. This is one example right here, because you're like, god damn. God damn. Next, we're having a Sinday Talk, and this is going on with Nintendo. Nintendo, you may say? Yes, Nintendo. As on January 1st, starting off the brand new year at 9:40 a.m. of 2026, Devon Pritchards started their first day as the president of Nintendo of America. So I was just like, what? Yeah, she joined like 20 years ago, though. So, yep, this is her. So, Bowser's gone, so we got somebody else. So let's see how this goes for right now. I don't know how it's gonna go, but especially with Nintendo's case was how they did the thing with Nintendo Switch 2. which we won't go on to why, because that's going to be a long rambling, and I already spent like a good month for ramble to try and help you guys out with the Bunny Yumi situation. Nonetheless, yes. On top of that, Nintendo stock values seem to have dropped around 20% of December last month on December 30th, 2025. Kind of going into the new year, starting off at a very low number. That kind of sucks right there. August, it says Nintendo stock plunged from 20%. It's August all-time high. This December, amid the surging Nintendo 2 components cost, as you guys are aware, like, RAM, blah, 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 blah. All these components are going up. I mean, you'll be lucky if you can get a Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, guys. Because of the price is like, goddamn, man. You might as well just keep your 3DS. And, like, protect your Nintendo Switch 2 or 1 or Lite or whichever one you have. Like it's $1 bajillion because it probably might be in the future. Who knows? And on top of that, Nvidia and AMD are to significantly increase the GPU prices starting next month. This was on the 31st of 2025, going into the kind of starting on the leaving on a bad note. We're leaving on a bad note from last year, going into the new year. Yeah, so the RTX 5090 will increase its price from $2,000 to $5,000. Jesus fucking Christ on the amount that they put up. Holy shit, man. Both companies are reportedly planning to continue raising the GPU prices every month going forward. It's extremely highly likely that the prices will extend across their entire product lineup, encompassing encompassing not only consumer GPUs but also GPUs for AI centers and servers. So what does that mean? Fuck. Everything's just fuck. We're fucked. That's it. Thank you, AMD and Nvidia. We always appreciated that. And here we go again. That's literally how we feel right now. Oh, there we go. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is a little bit of a sad news right here, and this is from TMZ. Tommy Lee Jones' daughter Victoria was found dead at San Francisco hotel. You did not know who this gentleman is? Then, well, shit, where the fuck have you been for the last, like, couple fucking 100 years? Damn, man. This guy's well known. But, yes, Tommy Lee Jones' daughter, Victoria, was found dead in a hotel in San Francisco. This was on the January 1st of 2026. Starting off the new year, already grieving. That fucking sucks. That's so unfortunate. And my heart goes out to all the people, that are like, that were friends and, and families of Tommy Lee Jones and friends of Victoria. It's always, there's always something going on in Hollywood, though, chat. And I don't know exactly what the heck caused this. But if there's more details that come out with that later on, because one, I don't want to, at the time when I was looking at this, there was not much detail, because, again, like, they don't want to put too much out there because it's like Hollywood and stuff like that. But it didn't go into specifics on what was the cause of death. But hopefully later on, it will get put out there, and then I'll just add that into there, edit it in maybe. But for right now, our condolences go to the family. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is something from Mythos Talent. Judge was like, what? Mythos Talent? Yes, Mythos Talent. It's not something good, but it's not something bad. We're just, yeah, it's one of those. And this is, so let's go into the important update from Mythos HQ. Dear Mythos community, first and foremost, we would love to thank you for your continued support towards each of the Mythos talent. Your support and encouragement has meant a great deal to all of us. We recognize that many within the community have noticed that Mythos has not been performing to the standards that were set for ourselves. We want to be transparent in acknowledging this. As a company, we have taken time to reflect, reassess, and make meaningful changes to ensure we do right by both our talents and our community. So I was like, I don't like where this is going. No. Hang on. Let them cook. As part of this process, the company has been working hard through several internal matters regarding staff, talents, and future direction of Mythos. With that in mind, we're proud to announce that Trey Legacy has officially acquired the Mythos brand and intellectual property, and will be stepping into a role of owner and CEO. I said a whole of owner. I know I did. The transition in ownership represents a deliberate step toward improving internal operation, strengthening branding, and enhancing overall quality of life and supporting of our talents. With these changes, we strive toward a commitment to growth, accountability, and building a stronger future for Mythos and its talents. Thank you, X Mythos. Judge is like, oh boy. Wait, hang on. So is this good news or bad news? So I mean, it's a huge W, yes, but that means there was some bad stuff and mismanagement going on, which I think some of us were kind of seeing a little bit. And I think this was the situation that will happen, and this is what they went down to. Yes. I honestly feel like this is really good, because Trey got them. Added on to that, oh, hang on, like, let me zoom that in. But added on to that, Clutho from Mythos wanted to talk about the future going on, and that was on the 3rd of January at 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST. Talking about the big changes for Mythos and the future of it. If you guys want to, check it out, just go onto her YouTube, and she was she'll be talking about that more. She had a waiting room going on about that, so yeah, if you guys are interested more in that, feel free. But it also had some issues going on because of the internal matters going on, which was affecting some of the talents. Yes. And this was Hades. So dear Hades and Mythos community, with this post I would like to approach with you formally, but also personally apologize for what has been occurring Hades 2-year anniversary, both at a representative of Mythos and previous Hades manager. I deeply regret that the oversight and the disappointment it caused. At the time, Mythos was in the midst of significant internal change. As said, earlier on, blah, 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 blah. This was just, again, a little bit of, just kind of summarize it, it was a bit of a mismanagement kind of going on. She got locked out of her account. There was, again, that's kind of just the first bit what I said, the occurrence going on with our 2-year anniversary that kind of just fucked everything up. But everything seems to be getting a little bit more better. They're taking in full responsibility for this huge incident that has happened, and they're going to look forward to improving something like this never happens again. So that's good. That's good. At least they're more transparent. So that is actually pretty big right there. So yeah, you just go out swinging on the first day. I mean, I think again, as I said, there was always like some issues going on with the talents there, but at least now I think Trey Legacy is like seeing this and they're like, yeah, not in my Mythos talent. So this is gonna be an interesting situation going to go. I wonder, because their manager probably had access to their account. They probably just changed the password. I don't know why they do that. Also, I feel like they shouldn't be managing if they do little shit like this. Because why would, unless they always tend to like, it's like a Tom Holland situation where every like in a previous like Marvel, like when Marvel was still good, every time there was like a new movie coming out, like literally everyone in Marvel would have to be like shut, just to him, and he's just like, what, shut. Even the actors were just like covering his mouth. They're like, no, 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 nope, shut, no, no, listen to me, listen, listen, Linda, listen. Like that. I mean, I was like, listen, Holly, listen, don't say anything, just smile and wave, please. Just smile and wave. I don't know why they thought that right there, but I had to put that reference right there. Like, unless they do something like that, then I can understand the reason for that. But I'm like, I don't know. They're not making a movie. I don't think they're making a movie. That'll be an insane movie if they do make it. But nonetheless, I am glad though that starting a new year, changes are happening in some talent agencies. Mythos is one of them, so that's good. Next that we have, and this is from Cha Cha Chilla. Cha's just like, oh god, not this again. Don't worry, Cha. Don't worry, Cha. I saw this too, and this was also covered by Alara. Cha's like, oh no, oh god. But this is an apology, and they literally just titled it as everything. That's literally the title. I was expecting something more, like but I just got everything. Anyway, summarize what's going on. I mean, if you guys want to read it, it's right there. If you want to pause it, on YouTube later on, it's right there. But summarize it. They're very sorry for what happened, and yada yada yada. They brought Lara into this. I brought multiple people into this with false allegations and blah blah blah. I'm very sorry that I did all this. I did not mean to hurt anyone, and yada yada yada. I'm still learning social skills. How the fuck do you not know social skills at your fucking age? I don't know how. And again, apologizing to many people that were affected by this in the coming months. To summarize it in a more honest to truth fashion, so you guys can understand. It's like, I am sorry that I got caught. That is basically how I could summarize this 100% to you guys. I am sorry that I got caught. Cha Cha Chilla 2026. I mean, if you guys saw me like on a Lara stream, you probably saw me just comment on there. It's like, I call the BS. She's sorry that she got caught. That's why. I mean, we're all thinking it. We're all thinking it. She's just sorry that she got caught, guys. That's all it is. I have no idea why, but it's just fucking hilarious that this just keeps going on. Was this like their 4th, 5th fucking Google Doc that they put, and we're here on the 4th of January, still going on, still fucking alive, I guess. I don't know. Shit, man. I don't know, but yeah, it's like right there if you guys want to read it. It's fuck, man. But yeah, but this is technically on the 3rd. Yeah, so I'm like, starting New Year strong, I see. Very strong this year. Yes. I'm gonna crash the fuck out in 5 fucking minutes if they decide to put another Google Doc talking about this Google Doc. Hang on. I mean, that would be a fucking power move. Okay, no, they didn't. Alright. Chat, again, please do not harass anybody. Gotta put that out there. But yeah, Cha Cha Chill just came back with her, hopefully, maybe, question mark, her last Google Doc, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If there's going to be another Google Doc with the percentage wise and how likely it's going to be, I'm going to give it like maybe an 85% likelihood to happen again, and it's going to be another Google Doc. What is it going to be about? I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it's good. I'm just going to give you a hint. It's going to stick with the theme of how this all happened. That's all I can say onto that. It's just going to stick with the theme. It's not a good theme, still sticking, but it's a theme nonetheless. But again, please don't harass anybody. Gotta emphasize that so much. Alright. Now I'm going to do that. But chat, we got like all this stuff right there. We got one from Rick, because I like to do like this little part every now and then. And that's the reaction part of the Sunday Talk, and we're talking about some videos. We got like 2 videos, but I'm gonna play one though for right now. I'm gonna save this one for another day, because that one's the one I found, and I'll probably just watch it with you guys on my off time. But this one was one that was submitted by Rick. This is from Starforge. Star Wars Comics says Disney's finally retconning the sequels. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I have an honest to God question.
I mean, to be fair, I really do not know how I feel about that. Should let me turn up the volume on my end.
Right now, how would you feel if I said sequels are being retconned officially? Star Wars just came out and said that we are doing it, we are retconning it. How would you feel right now? Just describe the feeling. I feel like I would just blow up with excitement. Let's talk about
Bro, literally got fucking
realistically. Is
obliterated.
it real to expect for Lucasfilm and Disney to retcon the sequels? Listen, I'm just gonna go out there. You can call me crazy, but I think that yes, at some point in our history,
Why is it so
they will
pixelated?
retcon the sequels. They just have to. They will recast everybody, same as we've.
You know what? Hang on, don't tell me. It went back to auto. You fucking. I hate it when it does that. When it's like, I'm just gonna go to auto. Auto sucks. Hang on. Refresh.
I have an honest to God question.
Aha, see, look, you're still going on auto, you stinky little baka. I like my things to be high definition. Extra of the high of destin. Let me speak right now.
I have an honest to God question right now. How would you feel if I said sequels are being retconned officially? Star Wars just came out and
really
said
did not
that
like any
we
of the
are
Star Wars
doing it, we are
sequels, though.
retconning it. How would you feel right
I mean, there was
now?
some
Just
that were
describe
good.
the feeling. I feel like I would just blow up with excitement.
Like
Let's talk
Ahsoka,
about
I think that one's a nice
realistically.
one.
Is it real to expect for Lucasfilm and Disney to
And,
retcon the sequels?
you know.
Listen, I'm just gonna go out there. You can call me crazy, but I think that yes,
Well,
at
actually,
some
not a sequel.
point
That was just
in
like more
our
of a continuation of what was
history,
going
they will
on.
retcon the sequels.
But I kind of
They
led
just
into the
have to.
First
They
Order
will
and stuff.
recast
But
everybody, same as we've been saying, like Luke Skywalker.
like
can be
movie-wise,
recast and Leia and everybody
yeah.
as an
Oh man,
older
I honestly don't think
actor,
they needed that.
character. They can do it. For sure they can. How? Let's talk about it in this video. First of all, Star Wars has been embroiled, especially with Disney canon. Just retcon after retcon. We
The sacred
just had a
text.
retcon in
You
episode
destroyed
9,
the sacred
where
text.
K2SO's backstory
I
just
literally
got
say that to
completely retconned from the
anybody
comics,
that-
and they're still doing it,
yeah.
and I still hate it. I love the comics. I read them
It's
constantly.
like I just
and
have
want
like
them to have
a
more
picture
value.
of like. Okay,
Unfortunately,
never mind.
Star Wars media is just not respecting the comics. So the retcons with Luke and with Darth Vader, K2SO, Kanan's backstory of Order 66 was just completely wiped out from the comics when it came time to the Bad
Oh,
Batch.
dude, I remember
So
that there was
retcons
like
are
a war
dime a
for that
dozen
one
in Star
too.
Wars by now, especially, I'm saying this, especially Disney canon does not respect most of the materials out there except for the movies.
Wait, they
Those are
respected it?
C
I did
canon.
not
So
know
the
that.
person who can obviously retcon
I think Clone Wars was probably like
everything
the best
is
one. I think that
actually
was
working
like
not only on a
the
series, but
prequel
he's
done
working on a movie
done
too.
right.
That's Dave Filoni.
Because everyone's just
Working on
like,
Ahsoka
you know, I mean, the
season 2 and
movie,
Mandalorian
it was like one of the
No,
movies
I'm not
though.
saying that these two will retcon the
Oh,
sequels.
Mandalorian. Okay, yeah, Mandalorian
But
was
if
fucking
at
fire.
any point they want to retcon the sequel trilogy, the sequel
I do
timeline,
not
and
acknowledge
go
these
back
right here.
to
Those I do not
Return of the
acknowledge as
Jedi
movies.
Or somewhere post Return of the Jedi, Dave Filoni is your guy. Why? Because he was the one involved with the world between worlds. George Lucas originally had this idea with the cooperation of Dave Filoni. They both came together to an agreement with, as we see in the Clone Wars, the
Yeah,
Mortis
Clone Wars,
arc,
dude, like the
gods,
Clone Wars and
father,
stuff
the
like that.
son,
That was
the daughter. This
was fucking
ultimately
good.
led to the connection of world between worlds.
like the
Star Wars
animated
Rebels,
stuff.
Dave
I mean, the
Filoni pushed
movie,
it
like
even
I was like,
further
what,
without
like,
George
and then you,
Lucas, and we
but
saw
like,
that in
dude,
Star Wars Rebels,
when you see the
Ezra
movie of like
went
the Clone
into
Wars,
the world between worlds,
and-
and we see all these different types of scenarios.
like, oh my
and
god, like
what was
like, you know, the
retconned?
one that ended the Clone
Ahsoka's
Wars.
death. If a major character's death can be
Ah
retconned
man,
and
that one was like,
told in
dude,
a
like all the
different
people
way,
that
why
died,
can't
you know, like all
anything
your
else?
friends, and you're
This is
just
the
like, oh
easiest
yeah,
thing
no,
to
I'm just
answer.
gonna
Dave
like
Filoni
betray
has
everyone
already
and
retconned Ahsoka's death.
you know, all the
So
people
he
that
can
I
retcon
respect
anything
and I
else. He
consider
can
my family.
retcon
I'm just gonna let them
Kylo
all
Ren,
fucking
Ben
like
Solo
die.
being
I'm like,
tempted by Snoke, and he can retcon Palpatine dying for
what the
real.
fuck?
He can retcon anything and just
And then
create
I know
a
the chat's gonna say, but it
totally
was for
different
true
timeline.
love.
So you can have a real canon.
It's like,
and a
yeah,
Legends
but
canon.
like,
They can
when you
call it
watch the
whatever.
Clone
Just
Wars and you just see
you
like
can
that's like,
retcon
bro,
the sequels
literally,
easily that way.
how
But
did you
Dave
not
doesn't
fucking
stop
connect
there.
the
When it
dots, my
comes to the
guy.
world between worlds, we saw in Ahsoka season 1, Ahsoka again is connected to the world between worlds, and instead of dying from Balin's skull, she ends up in this world between worlds dimension, battles Anakin, gets taught by Anakin, interacts with him, and gets back to life. So again, Dave Filoni is toying with the world between worlds. Is he giving us secret signs here? You have to think that this is the second time that he is intervening with this world between worlds. First, it was Ezra saving Ahsoka, then Ahsoka again. So is he trying to say that if the sequels would be retcon, that Ahsoka would definitely be involved, because she was involved in the first and the second appearance of World Between Worlds.
Water.
So there's something there that Dave Filoni wants to tell us that Ahsoka might create a totally different timeline at some point with the world between worlds, with this different dimension. With this, I want to say that George Lucas is on his last legs. I saw the last interview where he talked about why Yoda talks backwards and what was he trying to achieve.
Yes,
And some other interviews, and he
Yoda
really seems
does.
frail at this point. To make him proud, I would really, really like for Lucasfilm to sort of speed up the process. Now, why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because we all know that George Lucas wasn't a fan of the
I liked
trilogy.
Ahsoka,
He just
but I
wasn't.
honestly feel like Ahsoka
He
opened
knew
up
that
like
he
a
made
whole
mistake
like kind of
selling
worms
to,
when it came with the
Star Wars to Disney.
link, that
He
link between
admitted it
worlds
as
kind of
such in
stuff.
the Rose interview, if you remember that. Charlie
Timelines.
Rose interview, he called them a bunch of names.
Don't need
And
to
he never
say
really
names.
talked glowingly about these new characters, these new movies. If there was a comment that I'm forgetting, like, he made it offhand as possible. He never got involved with the sequels because he didn't want to throw shade at the Lucasfilm company, his baby, and ultimately what Disney was trying to do. So he just stayed away, and I know that he's a fan of Dave Filoni. Of course, they worked together. He appeared on set on The Mandalorian. I'm sure he's proud of that work, of The Mandalorian.
Are they making another like
specifically, the
Mandalorian
series,
like season?
but I can guarantee you that he hates the sequel trilogy just like we do. So if Lucasfilm and Dave Filoni want to try to do something, you want to make George proud because he's on his last legs. That's what I gathered from seeing him in these interviews. But this isn't the only franchise to have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 timelines. The timelines have been split in many franchises. I mean, do we really want to talk about DC or Marvel? This has never been Star Wars, I know, but we have come to this point where we would rather.
It's crazy too that like Disney owns like
I would rather accept
Star Wars and then
Wars
Marvel,
timelines
which are both
instead
not
of
doing too good
just
right now.
what we have right now, and just be content with it.
I
And
wonder
we've come to
why.
the main
It
problem,
feels like
because
they're
at
almost
the end
not
of the day,
respecting
if
like
Kathleen Kennedy is
the
still in
author's
charge,
creators and
nothing-
vision
I
of what
think
it was.
Nothing will change. It's
Right?
just been a mishap after mishap. We talked in the last video about.
I'm just
Luke
saying like right,
Skywalker,
like that's
the
literally it
tragedy
right
that
there, like
is
100%. You're saying no, it's
prime Luke
not. Like,
Skywalker
technically it
never
is.
being used. And there's a couple of scenes where you can see the potential of a prime Luke Skywalker, but it's just completely wasted on battle droids and training Grogu about. We don't even see most of the training. It's just a waste. They haven't. Sebastian Stan. I mean, the stunt double for Sebastian Stan said in a couple of days ago in an interview that they haven't even called Sebastian Stan for a recast, which most of the fans would be down for. At the very least, get a athletic, ready-made hero actor that can fill the shoes of Mark Hamill, be a younger version of Luke, and just let him be free. Let Sebastian Stan go out there and play Luke Skywalker and wield that green saber and just destroy everybody. They're planning Ahsoka Season 2. Thrawn doesn't even have defenders against Luke Skywalker. I'm afraid that they won't use Luke Skywalker because of
Dude,
this.
I remember
Ezra
that.
is just learning
Also had to
use
turn down. I did not know it was that
if
loud.
only Luke goes after Thrawn, Thrawn would be finished. So
Yeah.
it's not a fair fight. And this is why I'm scared that, again, Luke won't be used. Kathleen Kennedy just wants Luke, Leia, and all these legacy characters to just move on and for us to not talk about them. They misused them, they mischaracterized them, and they just threw them away. Mark Hamill has said that he has no intention of coming back again. We had an announcement she would retire, Kathleen Kennedy would retire, and then they went back on it. She won't retire. If she won't retire and if she won't move back, then Dave Filoni, I'm afraid, cannot do anything at the end of the day with being able to retcon it with the world between worlds. So the sequels will be there until Kathleen Kennedy retires in 5 years, I guess, or whatever the case may be. But I think that if there's a chance for the sequels to be retcon, it can only be through this. A main character, probably Ahsoka, enters the world between worlds, changes something that will completely send Star Wars into a new trajectory outside of the sequel trilogy, and we can have ourselves a new sequel trilogy, basically. These are my thoughts at the end of the day, and I think this could and should happen. Of course, let me know down below what do you guys think too. Subscribe, like. We'll see you next time.
I see. All right. Well, give me move there right there really quick. Here we go. But yeah, Disney's retconning the sequels. Yeah. I mean, there's some of like okay, like some of it looks really cool, but then when you like connect the dots and add it to like what happened beforehand, you're like, huh, something's not adding up. You know, like I'm just right there, just like, huh. Also, I see that like right there, one day ago. Oh man. I mean, shit. I was literally saying like, guys, if you get it, man, you'll be lucky if you get a Nintendo Switch 2. That one does not look good. Maybe next time. Let me see this one.
You guys want to know a secret?
I'm gonna share this one, and that it is. That one actually, that one might be another watch now, at some point in the future, because I'm like, god damn. That one I'm right there, just like, oh boy, this one's gonna be fun to little discussion. But chat, let's get into my most favorite segment of them all, and that is Meanwhile on the Internet, which is all the stuff that has happened throughout, you know, the week, but it was not like really that significant to get put onto the Sunday Talk. The main part of it. Meanwhile on the Internet. If you're probably seeing more My Hero Academia stuff than usual, then well, yes, you should be. As you can see from this right here, this is a costume from Bandai. Yeah, you can have like 3 versions of it. You got like the Deku one, you got the Ochaka one, and then you also got the, you know, Bakugo one, which looks really cool. Even got, I mean, there's even some gloves too, so it's like I just thought I saw this, it was pretty cool. I would definitely want to get this, but like, dude, I literally just put money down for like a cosplay, so I have to wait. So I'm like right here, just like no. I want to get the My Hero Academia stuff, man. You even get some gloves too. Oh, dude. Ah, man, my wallet. It's literally screaming out in pain, guys. My wallet's screaming out in pain. I literally hear it. It's not happy. My wallet ain't happy, man. I'll tell you that much. Meanwhile, on the Internet. LA. Yes, LA. This is LA's version of the ball drop, and this is smoking deaths. Yes, this is kind of fucked up, not gonna lie. I don't know why this is a thing, but yeah. Started off, oh man, we had like, oh my god, 443,000. That's fucking insane. That's a lot of deaths and people smoking in LA. Wow. Chat, do not smoke in LA. Yeah, but yeah, it's down to 0. That is their version. It's like 400 now. Oh fuck, man. Well, it's only the 4th fucking day of 2026. How's there 400 right now? What in the cinnamon toast fuck, man? So how's it going next? Oh my god. I don't know if that's something I should be like astonished that happened. I mean, if you're in the US, you probably already know what happened, like, you know, on Saturday, 3rd day. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this new year. If I had like World War III trending in my, well, what's happening again, like for like the 3rd, okay, actually fucking 4th time in a row at the start of a brand new year, I'll well, like I mean, it's happened like 4 times at the beginning of every month. If I had a nickel for every time, I'd have 4 fucking nickels, which is insane. Oh man. But yeah, here we go again. Yippee. The Lebanon performance, yeah. Meanwhile, on the internet, Pokemon, and yes, it's Pokemon, is celebrating a brand new year with many more Pokemon releases, collaborations, and the 30th anniversary celebrating ahead into 2026, where they will, they'll be covering it when it gets closer to time. And, obviously, Pokemon saying a big thank you for making 2025 the best, and so forth and so on. That even got something going on too right now. They got Pokemon Lego doing a collaboration with Lego, so that's going to be interesting. They also have this going on. I honestly did not know if this was actually going to be a thing, but yeah, this is another collaboration that they're going to be doing. And yeah, it's like some special anniversary shirts right there. From like OG, like artwork, as you can see right there, from Charizard, going on to like the starter Pokemon from first generation, and even the good old-fashioned actually really good old-fashioned Pikachu from the old card game. And even have a collaboration with McDonald's. Yes, they have McDonald's as a collaboration going into 2026. And this is what you'll be expecting. It's going to be doing the 30th, Pokemon Cards 30th anniversary from February to March. Yes. Yeah, I'm right here just like, great, I can't wait to get another Pokemon card. What? They ran out of Pokemon cards again? But you guys only had a few of them, like just got delivered, and it was in the and this is in the US only, by the way. So I'm gonna be right here just like, but you just got them, you just opened up. How do you not have any cards? And they're like, you see that person over there that's taking like 500 Happy Meals, putting it into that van? Yeah, they have all the Pokemon cards. And I'm like, what? Oh, hang on, I just got a notification. Scalpers are taking oh fuck. That's literally gonna be me that day. They only existed in 1996. Yep. Yeah, 30th anniversary. I'm right here just like, goddamn. I know I'm joking about that thing with but chat knows I really hate it, because I only play the digital Pokemon TCG that I've been telling you guys that I always be touching. I have not bought a single TCG card pack because it's been getting really bad as of late. And I kind of prefer this, because guess what? I don't have to deal with that. All I need to do is like bother my friends or just harass Alara's mod and say I have dirt on you. And then it's like, what's the dirt? It's like, oh man, if I were to tell you, you won't like it. And then I got a Pokemon card. I just kid. Or do I? I mean, I definitely got some dirt on Kinro for sure. That's why he has to give me the cards. It's the tax, Yeah. I mean, what who's saying anything about that? Damn, I thought they started like in the 1970s. Nah, it was 1996 when they started. But I believe that was when it first, when Pokemon was official, because it was it was first called Pocket Monster, but then the name changed and it was officially just known as Pokemon at that time. So that's when it officially started to go everything out there and Pokemon this and that. So yeah, they really pushed really hard. So yep. And I feel like some people are very old now. I'm on. I really should be on the talk though, but goddamn. But they also have some other stuff going on too from the 2026 lineup from McDonald's too, which they have they got Goat from January 13th to February, which I don't know what that is. Then they got the Pokemon Cards 30th anniversary. Then they got the from February to March, and then March they have the Amazing Digital Circus. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking rip out my hair on that day. They have a Hoppers. I actually thought I said Hooters for a second, which I honestly feel like that would have been a fucking 5-head fucking play for a Happy Meal. Yes, McDonald's and Hooters. That would be fucking cinema. You know how many fucking okay. I legit, my brain had a fart when I was looking at it. Says Hoppers, guys. It says Hoppers. It's right there. Hoppers. I literally thought I said Hooters. I was like, wait, hang on, they're collabing with Hooters? Oh shit. Damn, a lot of kids are gonna grow up on that day. And then after that, they have the Super Mario Galaxy movie toys for Happy Meals on April. The wonderful, wait, they have the wonderfully weird World of Gumball. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. April and May. Mandalorian, they have and Grogu, and yeah, May too. Pet Simulator, don't know when that's a thing. May to June. Toy Story 5 on June. Marvel Studios and Marvel Television on June and July. Probably gonna be something like Captain America thing for sure. Minions 3. I'm gonna pretend that hang on, Minions 3 is in July and August. Well, guess what? On birthday wish for August, no Minions. And then August to September, Sonic the Hedgehog and Hello Kitty. I feel like I should be upset about that last one, but I don't know why. And after that, they got the Forgotten Island in September, October, and the Cat in the Hat, October and through November. But I think the one people are probably looking forward to is the Pokemon 30th anniversary, because I know people for a fact are going to scalp the living hell out of those Pokemon cards. Which is why I'm usually going to be sad that day that comes. And it's going to be in the US. Actually, I may not even be in the US at that time. So, wait, shit. Yeah, no, actually, I'm going to be actually moving out of the US. So I guess I'm going to be lucky. Because I'm going to be in another country at the time. So I'm like, yippee. Amazingly, The Amazing World of Gumball. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah, but they did like a sequel. Summary for people who don't know about The Amazing World of Gumball. Yeah, there's a sequel to that. HBO bought it because they wanted to push it. Like something that people really like because it was very weird and fun. Damn, I really hope they don't do regular show next. I think regular show ended just right. But yeah, they did that because they wanted to milk it more. If they do regular show again, I'm gonna be like, you fucking assholes. It was perfect. Perfect. Down to the minucular detail. And you decided to fuck it up. That's my take on that, though. Meanwhile, on the internet, the original versions of Betty Boop and Pluto have now entered the public domain. You know what that means? That means we're probably going to see some more horror stuff relating to this. Yeah. This stuff does freak me out when I look at it, because it's like, damn. I mean, it had to start at some point. The Betty Boop or Boop one. I don't know how to say that right there. And Pluto, man, they look fucking cursed and scary. There's definitely going to be some horror stuff going on with that. Just like when Winnie the Pooh and Mickey became a thing in the public domain, and people started to make horror movies from it right away. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that day. When that actually gets... But I'm pretty sure we're going to find it very soon. And it's going to be announced on movie theaters that someone made a horror movie of it. I am not looking forward to that day, because they already... I mean, these look cursed as is. You can definitely see the age. I'm definitely going to be freaking out. They came out 1920. Yep. That's how old they are. They're very old. It's like 1920, 1930 type of stuff right there. Right, hang on. Hang on. I think they have it like right here. So I'm gonna put the chart right here. Oh yeah, see, like Betty Boop is like right there. The characters that entered. Yeah, then there's that one. Oh, Goofy's next in 2028. King Kong and Daffy Duck. Oh boy. Snow White and the Swimming. Oh no, Disney's not gonna let that one go. Superman 2, and then all of these as well. There's no way. But this is what they're saying for Data though. They're like, dude, like they're not gonna get rid of, like, they're gonna hold on to Snow White like so fucking hard. You know why? Because they want to fucking, actually never mind. I think they'll be willing to let that go now, actually. After what happened with the last the last Snow White and the Seven Dwarves movie that came out, that was let's just say, I honestly feel like they should not have done it, but they did it anyway. Yeah. And then Popeye was also put out for public domain, supposedly by this. I didn't even know Popeye was out already on public domain. But that's going to be a very interesting time. Like around here, because these are like when it's like gonna like this is like when the curse stuff was. Like 2024 going to 2028. Yeah, this is like when the curse stuff, you're going to see like the old cursed images. Yeah, this is going to be the time for a lot of horror stuff. I'm surprised King Kong was also, you know, is going to be there too. It's been a long time for them too, so that's crazy. But yeah, going back to that, yeah, the original versions of Betty Boop and Pluto, which is like the very old versions that are very cursed, are here now. Horror movies coming inbound, guys. So if you're a horror enthusiast and love cheesy stuff, kind of like the one they did with Winnie the Pooh and Steamboat Willie, yeah, look forward to that. Nope, I did read it. Ah, I clicked out. There you go. Meanwhile, on the internet. Going to continue on with the Nintendo Switch 2, and I always like to do this stuff too, but this one's someone else's prediction going on to Nintendo and the Switch predictions of 2026, which I just found as interesting. But I honestly, you know, take it as you will. This is the predictions, what some things may happen, so don't take it to heart. First prediction they have is Monolith Soft will announce their new RPG. Second one prediction they have is HAL Labs will announce a Kirby and a Forgotten Land 2. I mean, I think a lot of people would like that. Next, we'll have is the Next Level Games announces Luigi's Mansion 4. And then after that, they'll have the Legend of Zelda's 40th anniversary. They said they will see, hopefully, Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. By the way, Twilight Princess is probably like one of my best Zelda games that I honestly feel like is just too good. People still play Nintendo. Yeah, people still play Nintendo, but this is going to be for Nintendo Switch 2 for like predictions wise. I may get Nintendo Switch 2, but I don't want to because I got like, you know, the very nice, very like, you know, Pokemon Nintendo Switch OLED. Now, if they had the ZA version of it with the amazing artwork that the community did, I would have probably bought it on Nintendo Switch 2. But they didn't, so I saved money. Thanks, Nintendo, for making me save money and not making me spend something that I probably may regret, because people are regretting Switch 2. Also, they're announcing Gen 10 of Pokemon at Pokemon Day Presents. I mean, that I honestly, there were some leaks going on with the new generation of Pokemon. I did see some of how they look, like the starters. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the starters are legit for the next generation Pokemon, I'm gonna be honest with you, whoever they got to make them, they fucking cooked. Because I'm right here just like, you know how like some of the generations that you're like, oh, I like the water one, I like the fire one, I like the grass one. And then there was like that one generation that people were just like, I like all of them. If I would pick up all the starters, I would, but I legally can't. But trust me, I would. That's how I feel if that is true with what I've seen from the leaks that were Nintendo's, and you're going to be like, oh, well, they're leaks, so they can't be legit. Nintendo went in and, you know, went to those people that posted that stuff and took them down. That's how I'm like, okay, these have to be legit. Why did Nintendo go in there and take them down? Because it was hit with the copyright. Think about that. Why would Nintendo go into that if so they have to be legit? I can't pull it out and show you guys because when Nintendo will hit the channel 2 and I won't be able to show you guys. But there were leaks of the region and what the starters would be, and if it is true, these starters are probably going to be the ones that I want. Like there's like they look fucking fire. Again, the person who made the starters and the evolutions for them, shit, dude, like they fucking cooked. They really fucking cooked. I don't know who they had to hire for the for the draft for them, but they fucking cooked. Will GTA will GTA 6 be on Nintendo? Man, no. That'd be funny if it was. The next that they have though is Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Fire Emblem Weave Fortunes Weave releases before the end of September. Wake me up when September ends. Okay, anyway. Dragon Quest and 10, 11, Dragon Quest 12 that will be shown and will be shown to all platforms, including on the Switch version. That'd be cool. Square Enix announces 2 RPGs at Nintendo Directs later this year. And Switch 2 will get a lot of third-party ports. That would be fucking nice. Now, only if the Nintendo Switch 2 could survive that long. That's the real question. I think that's the next prediction that I would add into that. Will the Nintendo Switch 2 survive 2026? I think you know the answer to that one with how shit's going with like the components. That's the real question. But yeah, guys, take up all this you know, with a grain of salt with predictions, because again, this is like another man's predictions right here. Would this be nice if this happens? I mean, I'm pretty sure for a majority of the people, they'll really love it. But I think this is going to apply to Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. I think that's where it's going to go. As you can see why this is going to go to Nintendo Switch 2. Because right now, they're trying to get you to buy a Switch 2. However, you cannot buy a Switch 2. You want to know why? Money. It's fucking money, guys. That's literally it. You can't buy it because there's money and there's not enough fucking components now because of the shortage. So good luck with that if you wanted to get that stuff. Like really good luck with that because you're gonna fucking need it. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk. Oh, hang on. How much is it? Dude, oh my god. Nintendo Switch 2 right now. The prices have gone up for the components. Let me tell you right now. I'll just cut that part out right there for you. I can let you know because I know you definitely guys want to know that. Because I think it was shit. I know they have Black Friday. I never liked the Black Friday stuff. Let's see, Walmart right now. Okay, it's actually I think yeah. Nintendo Switch 2 used to cost like what, like $500 something, and this was like at Walmart where I'm at. And this is the with the Pokemon edition for it. $698. And that's at Walmart. Best Buy, it's for just the basic and same thing for yeah, for the basic Nintendo Switch. Still 500. Yeah, it's still 500. 700. Fuck that shit. Yeah. So it's like 500. Yeah, it's like literally $500 now. So it did go up by an extra $100. Is what I can remember from my memory. Yeah, so it did go up $100, dude. Yeah, that's why I said like because the components went up, like RAM components, all these little processing components that goes with the games and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's why it's gone up by an extra $100. So yeah, and now you'll probably be saying 600. But it's 700. Yeah. Yeah, because that one used to be a little bit more cheaper. So that's why I said if you want a Nintendo Switch 2, you should have got it last year. I didn't want to get it. People are regretting it. You could buy a PC for that. I mean, at that point, you might as well just buy a PC and emulate it. Oh, wait, hang on. You can. You can just... Okay, I'm not going to... I'll tell you guys later on. Let me just finish the last segment, though, and I can show you guys that. Meanwhile, on the internet, you're probably wondering why is Anthem from EA doing up on the title of this? That's a good question, random viewer. Anthem servers are shutting down on January 12th. You will no longer be able to play the hit game Anthem that EA decided to fuck over many, many times. Yeah, and this is Anthem for those of you who forgot. The fuck is Anthem? You know, like the Iron Man suit simulator game that it had like something going for it when you saw like the very cool cinematic, and when you got into the game, it was nothing like it. The story was also kind of meh, so that was also not good. It was also rushed, so there was also a lot of everything was rushed, so that's good. So yeah, Anthem is shutting down on the 12th. It was a game that flopped by design, by EA's design. They needed it to flop. You're probably saying, wait, hang on, why would you want a game to flop? It's EA. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to dive into the lore for that right there for you guys on why the game flopped the way it did. You're welcome for that. So yeah. Good luck for the people who still play Anthem, maybe. I don't know. Like, maybe like 20 guys. I don't know. Anyway. And let me get... Oh. Let me go right there. But let me go to do the last part and just record that last bit right there. And then I can show you guys that right there. So let me just go back to the chatting screen really quick. There we go. Oh, shit, the thing didn't move. There we go. Alright, so let's do the ending video segment for this, so you guys, if you guys want to wave to your future self, saying I made it in, feel free. But chat, that has covered everything that's happened this past week on the Sinday Talk. All the stuff going on, from drama situations to prices of components of PCs and gaming stuff going up, some 3DS stuff coming back, so that's good to look forward to, as well as some other stuff going on with like Mythos and so forth and so on that we're still going to keep monitoring to see how the situation goes with all this stuff. But if you happen to have anything that has popped up on your timeline, feel free to give me, like, just at me at any of my socials. I have socials like on Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky, so feel free, and also join in the Discord too and put it down on news coverage. I'll be able to check anything that you guys got, and you just want to show me, and it will be covered on the following week of Sunday. There is a cutoff time. Usually try to cut off between like Saturday at midnight, so if anything gets put in after that, it won't get put onto the Sinday Talk until the next Sunday. So if you want to get put in before that time. All right, and I'll see you all then. Bye bye. There we go. Alright, so we got the Sunday video and I got that recorded for that. But let me go back to the chatting so I can show you what I mean. For some of you guys are interested in 3DS, because I don't want Nintendo to go like, you kind of show that. But hang on. There we go. Okay, yeah, things like off now. Things are really off right now. But yeah, look, hang on, let me show you, because I have it saved under, let's see, I know I got it saved. Nintendo being Nintendo. I saved that. I usually try to save some stuff. I know I put it on my tick. Also, I saw this too. I also want that so fucking bad. I think I flipped it into the mod room. Here we go. See, this is the thing right here that I was telling you guys. Yes, I know I need to change the fucking background. I've been so lazy. See, I've been seeing this. This is the 3D. This is the other thing that I've been saying. It's also very expensive. So just like the Anor. Yeah, so basically it's a 3DS. They have different versions of it. This guy did talk about it. I opened up a new one by accident, but yeah, Let me go right there. Yeah, it's basically a 3DS. This is how much there's like, dude, they ran out of like batches from the first one because so many people have been getting this. Get Joe, you'll subscribe everything out of my face. But yeah, they have like a light version. They have a base version. They have a pro version, and they got a max version. I like the pro version though. I think the pro version might be the one I'm gonna get. That's like 300, but then you got 299. This one's like really expensive, but you can emulate like 3DS games onto this like really easy. It even has, that's a normal price. Yeah, because they're not money grubby, and you want to have the quality. So this is the black version. Hang on. So you have a black version. See, this is the version I want to buy, mainly for this right here. Oh shit, hang on. Yeah. Like mainly for this right here. Hang on, let me enhance. See, like, look at, dude, this one I would get 100%. Look, and you can change the color because it has an RGB rim right there, and you could change the color. It looks so nice, but this is the one I want to get, but they ran out. So now, and now I gotta wait. And then they have another one too. Oh, dang it. Meh. So you got a purple one. The purple one does look pretty cool too. And then it even has like the components and stuff like that. So if you're like wondering, this is the battery life and yada yada yada. There's like a lot of stuff though to this. Yeah, it has a Snapdragon. Those are joysticks. It has a blah 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 blah. Active cooling. You know, all it basically it has this like it's basically like a hyped up looks like a laptop. But look, it fits into the pocket though, or like a purse. And these are the dimensions of it. So it's pretty thick, but I don't like this though. This is the only thing I don't like. If you know like the PlayStation controllers and stuff like that, it's like that. It does look really cool. And then you got like an accessory pack, pro grip. Yeah, but I probably would get this. So like, I mean, compared to the Nintendo Switch 2, this is a lot more cheaper. Yeah, let me go back so I can show you guys that video. So you guys can see, because this is not going to put on the Sunday Talk, because I don't want people to know it. But I was going to mute that, like, so you guys could kind of see it. He's just going to show you, like, more or less. Hang on, measuring stuff. We did the measuring size comparison. Oh, hang on. This is what you guys might want to look. So these are the size comparisons, so you guys can do it. For my people here in the US that decided to not use the ruler, and they just use like fucking toenails or fucking a toe for measurements, or like the size of a pen. You know, so that's what it looks like compared to like all the other stuff. Size comparison wise, it do be pretty chunky. But again, as I said, it's like but it's like a phone too. There's like a few apps that you can use, which is probably what you saw on there. Kind of showing on what apps you can use to emulate. And you can play like Game Boy games, Nintendo Switch games. Here we go. So let me go right here and see, like, here shows the comparison with an Xbox controller of that. Again, it's like a, you know, it's like a DS. Like, those seem pretty snappy. Yeah, see, like, the rim's, like, right there for the color. And look, you can play Pokemon games. Yeah, you can play Game Boy games on there, too. You know, like, when the Nintendo, when the DS got put out, and you were still able to use, like, the Game Boy games and DS games. Yeah, you can literally do that. Yeah, so you have a good hybrid. And it'll even clock in showing like FPS, and you could turn on FPS mode. You could play like, look, you could play Silk Song on there too. It can connect to some games and you can use it on Steam. So basically, you can use it as a Steam Deck and see like Pokemon like MGBA Core, like again like a Pokemon fan made game. That's what, dude. And look, you can play like Legend of Zelda. Yeah, Pokemon X and Y, and the funny part is that which is fucking crazy. You can fucking trade on there. Like I thought that was funny. Like you're able to do online support and connectivity if the online is available, but you need an SD card to put everything in. It's kind of like, you know, kind of like a Nintendo DS type of deal. Because that's what some guy was saying. You can actually use some emulations on there now that are compatible with it, and you can use it to trading Pokemon. And I'm right here just like, dude, they fucking cooked with this design. Yeah, you can play Link Between Worlds. So basically, it's a limited PC. Yeah, and it's smaller too. Yeah, and this guy here from Modotech, if you know. if you guys are interested, you know, fuck it, I'll just put it in a Discord so you guys can actually look more into it. I'm not gonna show like the whole video of it, but I'm gonna put that on the Discord for you guys to check out later under the tech category. I'm just skipping some parts. The boot, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, you're able to play, it says right here, 3DS games, DS games, Wii U games, Switch games, and then you also have Windows PC games. And then there's GameCube. Oh, you can play, I did not know this, you can play some PS2 games on there too. And classic N64 games, and Android games too. So, yeah, there's like a lot of stuff right there that you can do with that. But if you guys are like interested, yeah, like, I mean, to be fair, you can dust off your old like DS, or you can get a DS like, hang on, or you can get a DS with the rainbow color, which is the one I want. By the way, I'm going to get this one at some point later on. If you fucking have it and I needed it, I'm going to kick your butt. And basically right here, like, if you guys can kind of see it. Yeah, just right there. So these are like the comparisons right here. You got the Lite, that's an SD 865, 8 plus 128 gigabytes, and then, you know, the basic Pro and the Max. They both have they all have like a Gen 8 or an 8 Gen 2. But I honestly feel like you can get a base, Pro, or Max. I think you'll be fine. I think Lite is just like you really don't want to do much on there. But I think base is what you want to go for. And if you want a little bit more on gigabytes to get 256 gigabytes, get a Pro. It might be a little thick though. And then, yeah, obviously there's an accessory pack with it though. And I'm gonna click on that. Yeah, you got like a lanyard, a grip, screen protector, a soft pouch, a carrying case with grip, and a shell. That's basically all it is right there. So, and that's like $50 if you want to get that too. So they do have some accessories for it too. So that's really nice. So if you feel like, oh, I need to protect this thing with my life, yeah, for $50, yeah, there's like the thing for it too, which I may get that. It's originally $60, which is still not that bad. And again, like, yeah, like the prices do change though. Prices do change. Yeah, you got the Lite. That one. Actually, it looks like, so actually looking at this, as of right now, guys, you cannot get the Lite, you cannot get the base. You can only get the Pro version or the Max, because they're out of the base right there, so. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, but these are all pre-orders though, so I guess they ran out of for the other ones. So yeah, it's like $349. It's actually a lot more cheaper than a Switch, which is funny. And the ironic part is, if you have a DS XL and you don't use it anymore, dude, just sell your 3DS XL. You can probably get maybe like $250 from that, or maybe $200 is the cheapest that will go right now. And you can use some of that money, and then you just need to pay like the small difference of the $149, you know, plus tax, and yeah, there you go. I mean, here's probably gonna be for where I'm at, there's definitely gonna be like a tax for that sales price, but yeah. So yeah, you can just do that. Like, you know, you can like just think about stonks. I did talk about the 30S2 earlier on, but this is not gonna be on the Sunday Talk segment though, Chad. This is just like, if you're here and you're watching that and you knew about the 3DS, that's why I was kind of like gonna allude to that later on after I got the main segment stuff done. And meanwhile, you can get this. I may get this. If I see somebody with this, I'm gonna be very jealous of them. But I'll probably leave that though for you guys to do what you need to do. And if you guys want to get that, feel free. Feel free, guys. Feel free. But let's see. What do we have? What do we have? Oh. Okay, there we go. Just close that down. All right. But guys, that will do it for today on the Sinday Talk, and also the little segments and so forth and so on. So I'm probably not going to rate anybody right now because I do need to get like editing done on the video. So I just want to get that done. I have to get the thumbnail. I need to cut out some stuff, you know, some fumbled words and stuff like that. So I'm not going to rate anybody on Twitch, but if you happen to go into like actually, like, if there's any of the family on, feel free to check them out. And yeah, that's all I can say right now, just because I need to get that started right now. But again, thank you guys so much for coming by. Have a fantastic rest of your day. You know, again, stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys on Monday, on Mariner Monday, as we play some Azure Lane and some shenanigans, because I know the event's going to be ending soon. So I definitely want to get some of that stuff done. I was playing that earlier today to get some of it done. I'm still not done. Yes, I know. Like, what a shame. I know. I know. But I promise for sure I will get that done. 100%. But till then, guys, take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye, Moon. Bye, Nix. Bye, people from Twitch. Bye, people from YouTube. Bye, people from Twitter. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.